Question 68. Consider the following activities. Spreading finely ground basalt rock on farmlands extensively. Increasing the alkalinity of oceans by adding lime. Capturing carbon dioxide released by various industries and pumping it into abandoned subterranean mines in the form of carbonated waters. How many of the above activities are often considered and discussed for carbon capture and sequestration? Only one, only two, all three, and none. So this is a question connected to climate change. And if you see the options, some of the options are fairly easier, and other are difficult and tricky. So if you see the third option, capturing carbon dioxide released by various industries and pumping it into abandoned subterranean mines in the form of carbonated waters, it doesn't seem ridiculous. So it seems a possible option. Even if you don't know whether that is true, this you could even say that this could be this is likely to be true. It's only saying considered and discussed, not effectively implemented or anything like that. So it is very likely for this to be true. But if you see and even the first option, spreading finely ground basalt rock on farmlands extensively, you may think that how this though it may help capture carbon, but will it affect farmlands? How it will affect farmlands? Will that will is that a good is that actually discussed as a solution? You may think or like that. And second option is the most trickier one. So increasing the alkalinity of oceans, like you have the knowledge, probably you probably will have the knowledge that alkalinity of the ocean helps absorb the carbon dioxide, but adding lime to increase the alkalinity of ocean may sound ridiculous. Like how much lime we should add to such a vast water body to increase its alkalinity to some desired level. So that sounds ridiculous, but yeah, anyway, I'm just saying the logical approach. But let's see what is the source of this question and how we can answer this question. So I have mentioned few sources. Two are from Hindu and one is from Frontline. Again, if you see, it's the magazine of Hindu. So I will show you the article and discuss what's in there. So let me see. Sorry. This is the first article. It appeared on February 2023, that is before prelims and during our preparation phase. So it reads, the ocean twilight zone could store vast amount of carbon captured from the atmosphere, but first we need an internet of deep ocean sensors to track the effects. So it's a really good article regarding this carbon capture and how the role ocean plays. There are a lot of points in this article. Let me just go to the relevant portion for our question. So okay. So if you see, carbon gets into the ocean from the atmosphere in two ways. In the first, air dissolves into the ocean surface. Wind and crashing waves mix it into the upper half mile or so, and because seawater is slightly alkaline, the carbon dioxide is absorbed into the ocean. So alkalinity of seawater helps capture carbon dioxide. The point is very clearly mentioned. And the second involves biologic pump. And ocean is a living medium. It has algae and fish and whales, and when the organic material is eaten or dies, it gets recycled. It rains down through ocean and makes its way to the ocean twilight zone. So that is also mentioned. And here it is saying three most promising methods all explore ways to enhance the ocean's natural ability to take up more carbon. So here first one is ocean alkalinity enhancement. The oceans are salty. They are naturally alkaline with pH of about 8.1. Increasing alkalinity by dissolving certain powdered rocks and minerals makes the ocean a chemical sponge for atmospheric carbon dioxide. So increasing alkalinity of ocean by dissolving certain powdered rock is indeed a solution that was discussed in the news. So again, that answers the one of the statements in the question. So you could read if you want. I am sharing all the links of this video in this video. So let me go to the next article. So the next articles read: UN cutting carbon emissions not enough. Suck carbon dioxide from the air and bury it. So there is another, and this article was published on April 2022. So during our prelims preparation phase only. So here it talks about carbon dioxide will also need to be sucked out of the atmosphere and buried. And you see here it says bioenergy with carbon capture. In a nutshell, this is the recipe: grow trees, burn them for energy, and bury the carbon dioxide underground in an abandoned mine shaft, for example. So this is also burying the carbon in abandoned mine shaft is also discussed in the news. So that answers yet another statement in the question. And I'm going to the, you can read if you want. It's a good article as far as carbon capture and climate change is concerned. So there will be a lot of important points for the mains also. Whenever you go through such articles, make sure that you make points for mains answer writing also. So yeah, the next article is one that appeared on Frontline. It was published on November 2021. So it's a little old article, I would say. So outside our prelims preparation phase, but if you see here, there was a mention of let me just spreading basalt once across a piece of arm. So spreading. So here. So dust to combat the climate crisis. Dust, or more precisely basalt dust, could improve soil's carbon storage abilities. When scattered on fields, it reacts with carbon dioxide dissolved in soil water, according to researchers writing in peer-reviewed journal. So these particles are then washed into lakes and oceans before being deposited as sediments. The process also occurs naturally, but it occurs more quickly with finely ground basalt because of its large surface area. Basalt also secretes minerals that boost plant growth in nutrient-poor soils, which in turn would store more carbon dioxide. Spreading basalt once across a piece of arable land the size of Asia would store 2.5 gigatons of carbon dioxide per year. That's equivalent to India's annual emissions. So spreading basalt is discussed in this article. So all these were discussed in various magazine articles or newspaper articles. So going back to the question, if you see, spreading finely ground basalt rock on farmlands extensively, increasing the alkalinity of oceans by adding lime, capturing carbon dioxide released by various industries and pumping it into abandoned subterranean mines in the form of carbonated water. All these were discussed in the news. So this is how you could answer the question. And this is a science-based question. Whenever there is vague statement, there is high chance for this to be true, and you should carefully see whether there is any absurd statements, and you should be very careful when marking it wrong. So second statement, in my opinion, was such a statement, increasing alkalinity, but to my surprise, even that was discussed in the news. So yeah, that is question 68 for you. Moving on to the next question.